Good morning. So it seems like lots of people are out doing running and walking to get their exercise in at the moment. So I thought we'd do a little stretch for runners and walkers, and whoever else wants to do it. Have a pillow or something to lift your hips up a bit. And if you have a strap, if you want a strap, if we're doing any hamstring stretches or anything. And also if you have any blocks or anything that you might want to rest your hands on if you don't want to overstrain. So let's start by coming to lie down on your back. Taking a couple of breaths to start with. Bring your hands, fingertips touching at the top of your pelvis, the palm of your hand, the bottom of your hand on your hips, on your hip bones. Take a deep inhale into your stomach, let the stomach expand. And exhale. One more time. And on your next inhale, bring your knees up towards your chest. Take your hands around the knees and draw them in towards the chest. They can be wide. And then you're just going to rotate the ankles one way. And then the other. And then do the same with the knees. One way. And then the other. And then inhale, you're going to extend the legs up. They might not go straight, that's fine. And you're just going to tuck the tailbone under and really engage your core. So draw the belly button in, lift the tailbone very slightly off of the floor, and you should feel your stomach muscles engage. Well, I do. Then from here, I want you to point the toes, flex the feet. Point the toes, flex the feet. Then bringing the feet flat to the floor, knees bent. Draw the heels so that you can just touch them gently with the tips of your fingers. And we're going to do a few rolling bridge. So place the palms flat, fingers spread wide. Roll the shoulders slightly under. Inhale, tip the tailbone and lift up. Exhale, come down. Making sure your knees aren't falling out to the sides as you come up. Imagine there's a block that you're squeezing between the thighs. And as you come up, you're not squeezing your bum cheeks, they're loose. Exhale down. Then on your next inhale, reach the right leg up, bend it and cross it over the left. Take your hands, place them at the tops of the thighs, inhale, and exhale, gently push the thighs away from the torso and lift the legs up. Loop the right hand in the hole, and then gently draw the legs in towards you. You can move gently from side to side, feeling the different stretches that come. If you want to, you can try inhaling, extending that left leg, and then exhaling as you bend the legs. See if you can draw both legs closer towards your chest. Inhale. And exhale. One more time. And then swap sides. So inhale, raise the left leg up, cross it over the right. Take your hands onto the tops of the thighs, push them away from the body, and then draw both legs in towards your chest. Play a little bit with moving from side to side. For me, this side is way tighter than the other, so this feels quite strong. And then inhale, extend if you want to. Exhale, draw in towards the chest. And one more time. Release the feet down. Draw the knees onto one side and come up to hands and knees. Spread your fingers wide. Have the knees directly under the hips. A couple of cat-cow, just to loosen up the spine. And then coming to flat back, engaging the core as you take the right leg back, curl the toes under, and push back to stretch out the back leg a few times. And then inhale, raise the leg up. And from here, you want it at parallel with the floor. And I just want you to imagine rolling the outer hip down. Hold here. If you want to, you can extend the left arm out for more core strength and to test your balance. But just staying here is fine. Exhale down and to the other side. So uncurl those toes. Push back. And then reach up. Again, roll that hip down. And if you want to extend the right arm. And then from here, you're going to draw that knee in and place the hand between the feet. So we're going to come to a low lunge. If you want to put the cushion or fold the mat over for support of that knee, then fine. You're going to inhale, making sure the knee doesn't come over the ankle. If it does, you can move that knee a bit further forward. And here is where you might want blocks. Inhale, bring the chest forward, look up. If you have really open hips, then imagine rather than just sagging into them, imagine that you are squeezing the inner thighs together to give a bit of a lift and strengthen, tucking the tailbone under and opening the chest. And then on your next inhale, bring the hands to the floor, curl that front foot, those front toes towards you, and you bring the hip so that it is directly over the knee of the right side. From here, you can again be on blocks or books or whatever, keeping that front foot curled, and draw the chest forward. Look towards the front of your mat. You can play here with moving the foot gently from one side to the other. And then if you have space, you can fold forward. Inhale, come up, place that foot flat. And then with a little bit of strength, so everybody, imagine drawing your thighs slightly towards each other to give you balance. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, bend the arms out, open across the chest. And inhale up. Exhale back down. And we'll come into the hamstring stretch once more. So not going back, the hip is above the knee. You can take the front foot slightly out to the side if you want, and have your hands first of all on the inside. And then take them to the outside. Back to center. And bring that knee back. To the other side, so draw your right knee in between the hands. Knee directly above the ankle. And first of all, you're just going to keep your hands where they are or on blocks. And you're going to bring the heart forward. Check that the back foot isn't at a funny angle. Exhale, draw that hip back and flex this foot. Have your hands on blocks here if you need to. And again, move the hip foot from one side to the other. Feel the stretch that it gives you. Remember to keep breathing. This can be quite uncomfortable for some people. And also, if you feel like you're really dumping into that hip, just remind yourself to extend and internally roll this hip out. Okay. Move from side to side. And then inhale, come forward. Slightly squeeze the thighs towards each other as you bring the arms up. This time clasp the fingers, point index finger up, plug the shoulders down. And then see if you can get a little bit of a back bend. Bringing the chest up. Exhale down. And one more hamstring stretch. Bring the hips back. You can take the you can keep where you were before if that felt good. Or you can bring the hands to the inside and slide that leg slightly out. Move from side to side. And then bring the hands to the outside. Roll that outer hip down. Coming back to center. Bring that foot back. And we'll come into a downward dog. Oh, unstick my knees. Curl the toes under. Spread the fingers wide and push back into a downward dog. Here you can walk it out. And then you're just going to bring the knees back down and come around to a sitting position. Here you can take your cushion, if you have one, you don't need one, and sit on it to give you a bit more of a lift. Spread the feet out wide, flex those feet, and make sure you're sitting straight. Gently draw the shoulder blades towards each other, and you might stay here for a minute. If you want to inhale, well, always inhale, but if you want to inhale, lift the arms up, exhale, forward fold. You can have a strap here so that to stop yourself from curving. You can hold your calves and spend a few breaths here. Inhale, exhale, come a little bit further forward. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, come up. Just a counter pose, place the hands behind you, fingers facing towards the hips, and either with the knees bent or with the legs straight. Inhale, reach the hips up. Go back. Strong shoulder stretch, but also good for the hips. Exhale down. And then from here, you're going to bend the right leg. I'm having the cushion under here because of my knee. You can have the cushion under your hip still, you can take the cushion away. This is often a bit easier for people than both legs extended. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hinge at the hips. Take a couple of breaths here, looking, bring the chest towards the foot, keeping that foot flexed. Again, you can be anywhere, you could be here, that's fine. And then just take both hands to the outside of that foot. Inhale, come up. Bring that leg out, shake both legs, and then to the other side. Inhale, exhale, forward fold. With a strap, with anything that you want, keeping the foot flexed. If you have a strap, hook it around the top of the foot. Then bring both hands to the outside and come down. Inhale up. And then this time bring both feet together. We'll just do a little butterfly. So bringing the soles of the feet together, opening the hips, gently move the knees. Then once you're done with this, bring the knees up and come to a lying position. Couple more poses before we finish. So to start with, knees are feet hip distance apart, knees in line, and you're going to take, there are several variations of this, so try out and do which one you feel best. Bringing the knees over, first of all, towards the left. You can stay like this, keeping both shoulders on the ground, open up and look across the right arm. If you want more of a stretch here in the hip flexor, then bring this left foot on top of the right knee to weigh it down to give more of a stretch here. Again, looking along the right. An alternative is that you can pick up the top leg and take hold of it with the left hand. Take your finger into the hip crease, roll it down and look over. So any of these, take 2 or 3 breaths. Inhale back to center. Draw the knees in towards the chest. And then exhale down. And to the other side, so take the knees over towards the right. And you can hook the foot. Or you can extend the top leg out and try and take hold of it with the right hand. Look over the other arm. Again, check that your shoulder, your right shoulder isn't coming up. If so, then just back off a bit on whatever your legs are doing and anchor that shoulder down. Take a couple of deep inhales and exhales. And then release, bring the legs in, squeeze the knees towards the chest and then flex those feet. We'll finish with happy baby. So keeping the knees where they are towards the chest, bring the arms on the inside of the knees and then take hold of the outside of the feet or the ankles or the calves. And what you want to try and do is flattening the back. So pushing the tailbone into the floor to make sure as much of the back is on the floor as possible. Bringing the feet up, exactly like a baby. Drawing the knees down towards the floor. And then you can gently rock from side to side, if that feels good. You can also move one leg and then the other. Or you can stay still. And then draw those toes towards each other and we'll just take one more ankle roll one way. And then the other. And then coming to finish, place the legs out in front of you. And if you have a pillow, you can put the pillow under your knees for a bit of support, letting the feet fall out. Or the shoulders under. Take the hands back to where you started on the stomach. Take a deep inhale. And exhale, relax.